Good afternoon. The third podcast of the day that we have here at Synods is Transforming Snacking Habits, a journey to healthier choices. Now, in today's time, as we all know, that globalization has fostered an unprecedented culinary exchange. Food is a conduit for cultural understanding, and good food is something we are constantly in search of, aren't we? The modern consumer is highly aware and is ever so mindful of his or her food, even when it comes to snacking. Rajeev Balani, founder of Naturegate, occupies a unique space within this intersection, poised to promote authentic Indian snacks on a global scale, prioritizing both heritage and health. We are privileged to have him share his insights today. Thank you, Rajiv, for joining the podcast with us today. And we are privileged to have you here, traveling all the way from a different part of the country and making it to the podcast. Indeed, is something we are really grateful for. So my first question to you here is that we are thrilled to have you. While we are thrilled to have you, your brand has been reaching far and wide. But what I want to know from you is the genesis of Naturegate. What made you want to reach out to the global audience with Indian snacks? Can you share some insights?
So we found a gap in the way the market was progressing in the around COVID stage. So there were two elements that were missing in the market. One was that niche segment where we could have customized snacks for our corporate clients. Generally, it's what we have to offer, we offer.
Sure.
Why not the other way around? So there was also a need for snacking increased way lot in COVID than pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And we thought if people have to eat snacks, why not go in the
One, yeah.
So we did innovate a lot in terms of what we can offer, which is healthy as well as tasty. So one is that area we catered to. Second, we wanted to cater to the niche audience of the hotels and the corporates who want a customized snack, not just the customized labeling, but the snack customized itself as per their requirements. So we got in that segment as well. And then we have this globalization being the other way around, right from the conflicts being in India since I was a kid probably.
Mhm.
So I thought, why not do the other way around? India's got good products of vegetarian snacks possible here, which we can make locally. So we use local produce, local people get employment, and then we do the other way around. We export instead of import. That's the idea behind Naturegate.
Lovely. So now, how is this corporate tie-ups helping you? How are they, how have the responses largely been in terms of snacking healthy? I mean, are they kind of open to this idea of hosting the brand at their premises? How are you actually making that association more in alignment with your objectives?
I would say it's a mixed response. The urban segment, corporate is still okay with the idea of healthier snacking. They want to go for the traditional snacking where we would give a dry fruit and an authentic desi mithai probably in the Diwali hampers. They're okay with that.
Mhm.
While the small companies, SME segments and the corporates based in small towns still want to go the conventional way because the audience they cater to is still in that old mindset that I want to have dry fruits and some desi sweets at home.
So, are you making any conscious change in the way they're looking at it? Maybe a perspective change. How is your marketing designed to kind of bring those changes in these cities as well?
We found a midway. So we are creating sweets with zero added sugar with dry fruits as well. So this can cater to the segment where they want to gift something which involves dry fruits and the sweet palate, but not again being too rich in terms of calories or carbs that way. We're finding a midway in that as well.
I see.
Dry fruits, of course. So we are doing different innovations. We're doing different flavors in dry fruits, what we can do. And things like the munching has now also changed from traditional fried dry fruits to roasted different flavors of dry fruits, like peri peri and Italian flavors of other herbs. We're doing that as well.
So, how's your marketing strategy poised towards penetrating this set of market? That's something I would like to understand.
So we are looking at a multi-pronged approach. One, of course, we are doing business with the hotels for the mini bars and bar snacks, which now is expanding gradually into the banquets as well. And also weddings, what come in through us through the hotels themselves. That's one area what we're getting into through the hotel segment. Second, with corporates, we reach individuals as well who want to then again do a gifting of our brand for their own clientele, for the small occasions, maybe a birthday party, some 50th birthday event, all those things as well. We're catering to that also. Number three, we're reaching out to there's a wide Asian audience, not just Indians who are overseas in countries like Dubai, the entire Gulf region, GCC countries as well, who
True.
want that Indian palate, Indian tastes, and not just the regular potato chips or regular makhana. They want to go beyond.
And they're also quite health conscious for that
Correct.
matter.
So makhanas, as you would have seen a great popularity in the last 3 odd years because of being the healthy segment and a lot of health benefits linked to makhanas. So we're going in that direction. Besides
Right.
makhana, what else we can offer to the audience? Beetroot, spinach, there's a lot more.
I think every health expert today, the one food, the break snack food, they would say is that please eat makhana. So I
Correct.
guess you're catching the right spot.
We're doing that as well, but not stopping there.
Are you also looking at tying up with all these health experts who have been kind of, been great influencers in the health segment? Are you also working with them to a certain extent?
Yes.
Oh, lovely.
Because there's a market who wants to know exactly how much calorie I'm consuming, what are nutrients and nutrition values inside a certain grammage of product. We're getting that space as well.
Oh, lovely. So, Rajeev, in the age of social media, which keeps us, with all the trends that's happening today, do you have a personal favorite snack yourself? And how much of a healthy snacker are you by
If-
promoting your brand?
So if I have to binge once in a while, I don't mind the occasional binging on maybe a French fries once in a while. But then yes, when I want to binge healthy, then it has to be a roasted dry fruit for me. So I like the roasted almonds or walnuts as my personal favorite.
Do you follow in current food trends in social media today? And what would be your favorite one, like I just asked?
We follow generic trends because trends again are fast changing one.
True.
Second, trends are as per the generation we cater to. So a Gen Z compared to millennial is a different food trend.
Yeah.
So when we cater to a hotel, we know what we're catering to, the audience we're catering to. When we're catering to a birthday party, then our audience becomes different in that.
So you're making more customized and
Correct.
something that's palatable.
On Diwali, if we have to go all the way out, we will give you Kaju Katli in our hamper as well, along with healthy segment, because that's the market demand. So we can't deny you of what you want, and you're ready to pay for that, knowing the pros and cons of what you're eating.
True.
So we find a mix in that way. So eat something healthy, but then you want to binge have a Kaju Katli as well. That's fine.
Lovely. Now, when the world today is moving towards sustainability, and your logo which says nature, how important you think that a business today needs to follow a sustainable model, and where is Naturegate when it comes to sustainability?
So initially we started with a mix of packaging materials, including plastic as well. So today what we are doing is now we're going with plastic. We're looking at doing either tins, which is again a minimal base. We are doing more of glass and pouches or paper pouches, which are biodegradable. So plastic is what we are avoiding. Even though in India technically plastic is reused for a long while. So it's not a one-time plastic what we give. So even though some hampers of ours, corporates, some people choose plastic because of easy to transport and again reusability of
True.
the empty container.
True.
So which we are fine with that way.
Oh.
So essentially we don't do anything which is a single-use plastic throw in. Even on our bags, our paper bags.
Okay.
What we do as packaging of the outer material of our hampers is also either a kappa board or a regular board, biodegradable again.
Oh, lovely. So you are in alignment to where the
Yes.
the world is moving. Great. What is your vision with Naturegate, if I would like to ask, and where do you want to take the organization? It's fairly a young organization, and I have been with the company right from the beginning. Knowing what strategies Tapan has, Pramod has, for that matter. Where, as a director, stakeholder, where do you see this particular segment moving? In the next few years. One. And what is the vision for Naturegate? I mean, what are you exactly looking to do with the company for the next 10 years?
Okay, so I'll divide it in 3 stages. The first step which we're looking at, which is the next 2 to 3 year period, is going global. We have a decent shareholding now in terms of hotels in India. We cater to all the major brands, the Taj, the Marriott, the Hilton, Radisson, etc. We have done a lot of corporate gifting with major brands in the banking segment as well, ICICI, SBI and the others. So now one is to go global. Again, globally we're targeting to begin with the B2B segment only, primarily hotels. Second, when we look at gifting, our predominant gifting has been more to do with hotels than corporates as of now. And corporates is a huge space which is not catered in the right way, in my opinion. And so we're looking at corporates, including pharma segment. Pharma is one segment in corporate, which does gifting regular basis to retail counters and people who sell medicines for them, MRs and all that. That's not listed to Diwali only, like the
It's the all year thing. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's what we're catering to in that segment of corporates. Number 3, we want to again have local partnerships where we enhance a local partnership in terms of the local branding right from the local sourcing of materials. So we want to do as much as local what we are doing, right from raw materials to packaging materials.
Great.
This is our strategy for the next 2-3 year period.
Oh, lovely.
In long term, of course, we would like to be listed someday.
I'm sure you will, and our best wishes to you for that. Another thing I would like to ask you before we end the conversation here is that where do you see Naturegate in terms of competitive landscape? Who are your direct competition today, and how do you see yourself ahead in times to come?
So I feel if there is dearth of competition, we won't grow as a company.
True.
Every company, every brand who has grown, whether it's the segment of cola or the segment of the most common potato chips, competition has made changes and growth which is good for the consumer and the companies as well.
True.
So we enjoy competition. Competition is always healthy, it has to be there. But then we always try to carve a niche. We are going into the mass segment, retail segment, selling stuff for 5, 10, 20 rupees. So we are only looking at the niche segment where we are working in a way, a backward way, right? I'm not saying I have this to offer to you. I would ask as a client, what can I help you to solve your problem?
True.
What is your essential issues which I can help you solve with regards to F&B?
True.
That's what we are addressing. So we are not here to sell you what we have to offer. We are here to ask you how you can help us improve our services to cater to your customized and personalized requirements.
So it's more surveyed, you've surveyed the market, and that's where from a customer feedback point of view is how you're, going in terms of customization.
Correct.
And that's what you're saying is making you unique vis-a-vis competition.
Like I would never tell you we only have to offer you a glass jar. You would say bricks, I can't carry it. I would say, okay, paper pouches work. You will say yes, we'll say go ahead.
Super.
That's how we work.
Great. Any advice for our consumers today that you feel, where health is one of paramount importance, and the fact that you're catering to the corporate sector in a large way, all we know the corporate head honchos, we all have a sedentary lifestyle, working round the clock. What is your advice for the consumers?
So on a health level, what I personally follow as well as an advice is you need to exercise and work out. You need to move to make the calories burn, no matter how much less you might eat or more you might eat. That's a mandate. But then yes, so since the last 5 odd years, when I was part of the F&B industry myself, I moved here. So consciously I made an effort now to ensure what I am snacking on. So I now follow that as a routine, any brand, even other brands as well, even if I'm traveling overseas. So I make it a point to just check the packet from behind as to what it has to offer in terms of not just calories, nutrition value as well. So like you said, makhanas. So earlier I would probably just pick a packet of Pringles and enjoy that.
True.
So now if overseas, I may choose makhana as an option to a Pringle.
Correct.
That's what change I've got in my own life.
So the takeaway is that go the health way, even if it needn't be, not tasty, but you need to go the healthy way.
The healthy product can be tasty.
Absolutely, agreed.
And that's what we are here to prove.
I'm sure. So thank you so much for your time. Truly appreciate that you made it for the podcast, and we wish you all the very best for a great journey ahead.
Thank you, Madhusri.
Thank you.
Roku means 6. A gin distilled with 6 unique Japanese botanicals harvested at their peak. Distilled to embody the blessings of nature. Roku Gin, alive with the best of every season.